So, most people see the Michelin Pilot Sport 5 and think, newer tire, newer technology, so it must be better than the Pilot Sport 4S. Now, that is not how Michelin's lineup works. The Pilot Sport 5 is a premium ultra high performance tire, while the Pilot Sport 4S sits one level above it. This is Michelin's ultra high performance tire. So, this is not just old versus new, this is daily performance versus maximum performance. And that makes this comparison very interesting. A very important note before we start, this is not a direct same-day test. These numbers are estimated from two different tests. First, wet braking. This is where the Pilot Sport 4S reminds everyone why it became a legend. Against the Pilot Sport 5, the 4S is around 5% better in wet braking. This is not a small detail. In the wet, stopping distance is safety, and the 4S still has the stronger bike. But the Pilot Sport 5 is not weak. In straight aquaplaning, the Pilot Sport 5 has the slight edge. The Pilot Sport 4S is around 1% behind. So the wet result is split. The 4S stops better, the PS5 clears standing waters slightly better. Then we go dry. And again, the Pilot Sport 4S stays ahead. Dry braking is around 2% better than the Pilot Sport 5. That sounds small, but in the high performance tire world, 2% matters. This is where 4S shows its positioning. It is sharper, more aggressive, more focused. It was built for drivers who care about performance first. Noise? Basically a tie. The Pilot Sport 4S is around 1% better in exterior noise. But realistically, this is not the reason you choose one over the other. Both still feels like Michelin tires. Premium, controlled, refined, but then comes rolling resistance. And this is where the Pilot Sport 5 fights back hard. The Pilot Sport 4S has around 11% worse rolling resistance. That means that the Pilot Sport 5 is a more efficient tire. And this makes perfect sense. The PS5 is newer, more balanced, and more road focused. The 4S is more extreme. It prioritizes wet grip, dry grip, steering response, and outright performance. Efficiency is not its main job. Then comes pricing. The Pilot Sport 4S is around 20% more expensive. So now the choice becomes very clear. The Pilot Sport 4S is still the better performance tire. It wins in wet braking, it wins in dry braking, and it still carries that sharper ultra high performance character. But the Pilot Sport 5 is the smarter daily performance tire. It is cheaper, it is more efficient, it has slightly better aquaplaning resistance, and for most drivers, it already gives you more than enough grip. So my take is simple. If you want the best daily Michelin sport tire, get the Pilot Sport 5. But if you want the more serious tire, the one with stronger braking and more performance-focused character, the Pilot Sport 4S is still the one to beat. The Pilot Sport 5 is newer, but the Pilot Sport 4S still plays in a higher league.
Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.